clarification on a no-deal Brexit, clarification on Brexit alone, leaving the EU a political union. There's not one person in this country or in Europe or the world today that can turn around and say that this is going to happen, that's going to happen, and this is going to happen if we leave the EU. Or this really bad thing is going to happen, or this really good thing is going to happen if we leave on a no deal. There's no factual evidence out there at all. Nothing. So when Philip Hammond is asked about what sort of money we would need to spend if we was to go on a no deal, and then he turns around and states that, well, we've got about £27 billion stowed away because we've run the country very well. However, we're going to need even more than that to cope with a no-deal Brexit. That's the Chancellor of the Exchequer. The Chancellor of Britain has stated a non-factual statement. Why am I surprised? Why is anyone surprised that any government or any MP tells the truth? But when the Chancellor of the Exchequer, yet again, because it was George Osborne back in 2016, but when the Chancellor of the Exchequer is actually lying directly to Parliament, lying directly to the people, shouldn't the likes of the Chancellor be held accountable for his lies? Because no matter what any economist has said is going to happen if we leave on a no-deal Brexit, it's all guesswork. Always has been guesswork. So to make it a factual statement is pure lies. But yet, people are just soaking it up like it's gospel. Like, it's the word of God that if we leave on the 31st of October and we don't leave with a deal with the EU and we leave under WTO rules, that the country is going to go into crisis. And the thing that always bugs me is that back in 2016 or just before 2016, we were told all these lies before. 500,000, 600,000, 700,000 people would lose their jobs. The economy would crash. We would need to have an emergency budget. David Cameron even stated something about World War III. We would have an emergency budget that every household would have an extra £5,000 or £6,000 to pay in taxes or something along those lines. Now, ever since we voted outside the EU, the economy is doing very well. In fact, that we are doing one of the best in Europe, not only with jobs, but also the economy in general. The likes of Germany, who are normally on top of Europe when it comes to finances, is literally on the brink of recession. The likes of France and Spain and Italy and that, don't even get me started on there, because their economies are just trash right now, absolutely trash. And if you wanted to speak about Greece, well, I don't think there's any point in speaking about them, is there? But the fact that the Chancellor of the Exchequer, the person that's in charge of the money, the economy of this country, is blatantly lying to Parliament, blatantly lying to the people, but yet there's no consequences. Why is that?